What's your favorite thing to do while high? Like, what's the best activity or what's the thing that you can't wait to do when you get high? Because I get asked a lot of questions, and one of them is, yo, Cewpins, what are the best things to do while high? And, I usually get asked this on my Twitch stream, and my response is, obviously watch me on Twitch when you get high. It's the best thing to do. But really, what do you think is the best thing to do while high? I think this answer is going to differ for everyone, but there's a lot of different things that you can do while high, and there's a lot of things that are a little bit more enjoyable or less enjoyable when you're high. Like somebody that gets really paranoid, you don't want to be like, oh yeah, dude, go watch a scary movie and then go to a haunted house. They don't like that when they're not high. They're gonna hate it when they're high. But usually for me, the things that I like to do while not high, I also like to do while high. Playing video games, watching anime, eating food. Eating food is way more fun when you're high. But I have a little bit of thoughts on this. There's something that I like to do while high. I like to do new things while high. Obviously, I like to do things that I've done before, but new things, new experiences, play a new game, watch a new show, do a new activity. As long as I don't overdo it, sometimes getting the right amount of high is going to help me stay focused and get through that activity. I live in Florida now, but snowboarding was so fun to learn while I'd get high. I used to bring a whole setup, an old school E-rig. I'd bring a little flower piece. I'd bring pens. I'd bring a bunch of stuff up to the mountain, and I'd just box my car and then get on the lift and go down the mountain. But that's a physical activity. That's exercise. I think doing activities or physical activities are more fun when you're high. Like if you like to go on hikes, you'd probably like to go on a hike while you're high. If you don't like hikes, I don't think that getting high is going to make you all of a sudden like hikes. I did look up some lists just to see what other people were saying, what are the fun things to do while high. And it's your basic watch a movie, watch a TV show, listen to a podcast, go on a hike. But if you hate podcasts, you're not going to like podcasts when you're high. If you hate hiking, you're not going to like hiking when you're high. But if you've never hiked before and you got an easy little hike set up, that might be a fun little adventure to do while you're high. Go to a new place while you're high. Do a new activity, something you haven't quite done before. Adding a little session to the occasion can make it more enjoyable. But for me, there's a balance of doing familiar things and doing new things while I'm high. I obviously like to watch things that I've seen before, but there's a balance of doing familiar things and new things while you're high that I like to explore. I think it's really easy for me to immerse myself in a new game I've never played before if I get absolutely bunkered before I even hit the start screen. If you've ever seen me game on Twitch, we don't pull up the game until we've done a few fat rips, We don't just get right into it. I gotta get high first. I gotta get into the high level gamer mode so I can truly enjoy the game. But sure, I can probably enjoy the game without being high. But getting high is just gonna make it that much more enjoyable for me. I'm nice and relaxed, and now I'm playing the game I want to play. But I think apart from doing like fun activities or things that you're looking forward to do anyway, you can also make an activity that's not as fun or not as enjoyable better from smoking. Here's what I mean. While I don't think that you should smoke or try to get high before you do every activity or anything that you do, if you have something laid out in front of you, some kind of like mindless activity where you're going to be doing just some basic work, something that's not going to take a lot of brain power for the next couple of hours, getting high can make that more tolerable or even enjoyable to a certain extent. I can recall times when I lived in Colorado and I'd have like a nice harvest of some plants I was growing. After I chopped it down and dried it out, there's a lot of trim work that you gotta do. It's hours and hours of trimming depending on how many plants you have. I couldn't think about trimming plants for hours without getting high, especially when you're trimming the thing that you get high with. Like there's no way I'm gonna be cutting leaves off these buds for hours without smoking a little. There's a time that I look back on fondly. It was like miserable work I was doing. I was trying to get grass planted in my backyard in Colorado, which is like an impossible task, by the way. I swear it's impossible. But I was like really trying. I got dogs. When it rained, it just get muddy back there. I was trying to get some grass and I really couldn't do it. But I spent days and days in my backyard just trying to like till up the land a little bit, plant some seeds, keep it wet. It sounds so terrible to me, but I was literally just like dabbing my face off before I would go outside and get the shovel or start working on the yard. You know what I mean? I would just get absolutely high before I would really proceed into any of the hard work that I had laid out for me. And it's boring stuff. I mean, if I think about it, it's stuff I'd never want to do. but I kind of look on it fondly because I was just getting so high when I was doing it. It was like a longer test, something that's going to take me days. I think it took me like several days. And I sort of had a little bit of grass for a little while. I sort of had it, but it just like, it's so hard to grow grass in Colorado. They grow weed out there like it's no problem, but that's all grown indoors for the most part. So I will say there is a good balance of things that you can do while you're high, but too many people try to do everything while they're high. Let's do some work while we're high. Let's do something fun while we're high. Let's do something basic while we're high. And then you're just getting high all day and you don't get high anymore. But if you're precise about it, or you know you have something coming up, adding a little bit of smoking or maybe some edibles before the occasion can make it that much more enjoyable. I watched so many anime series while just smoking a whole lot, smoking and dabbing. I've played a lot of video games just absolutely high off of my mind. There's a couple times I would just go on like a binge of certain games. Like I binged Zelda games one summer. I just tried to play through every Zelda game that I had ever played and new ones that I hadn't played before. And the whole approach is, well, let me stop at the dispo, stock up on some flour, some dabs, some edibles, all different kinds of stuff so that I can just play the game and stay super high when I do it. But lately I have kind of like a pretty specific schedule. I do most of my smoking live on Twitch after 9 Eastern. And I have like a pretty locked in schedule. I try to get content made during the day. So I'm actually looking for things to do now that it's cooling down a little bit in Florida. Like you can't go outside in the summer when it says it feels like 110. You can go outside, but like I'm not gonna do it. But now that it's cooling down, I'm looking for like a few things that I can do while high. So leave me some comments, suggest some things. What's like your favorite thing that you've ever done while high? I've done theme parks and snowboarding and hikes, lots of different activities, Spartan races, gone to the gym, watched movies, been to festivals, TV shows, podcasts, video games. I've done all like the basic stuff, but what's the most fun thing that you've done while high? One of them, and I might have to tell a story about it, was I went to court high. I had like jury duty for like a week. It was like a long thing. And I just went blasted every day because, bro, it's jury duty. What is that? And I showed a glimpse of it earlier, but if you're looking for more Cewpins content, check out the Cewpins clips and the Cewpins gaming channel. I'm going to try to get the best content from my streams on here. So expect a lot of lit content. I already know there's a lot of good clips on here, so definitely check that out. Anyway, come smoke with me on Twitch after 9. If you have Amazon Prime, you can support me for free. And if you want to hear about the highest that I've ever been, it was a dang old good day. This was a lot of fun. Check out this video right here. I hope to one day get higher than I was on this day. Peace out, my dudes.